Hello everyone, JRDO96 here with a brand new reaction video. As you can tell by the title, it's not necessarily Markiplier, but technically it is still. It's actually Sugar Pine 7. Now this video actually came out I think a year ago. And I've always wanted to see this because I kept seeing this in people's edits and when they make Sin, you know, when they get the fangirls satisfied. Eee! Okay, indeed. So, seems like this is where it originated from. From these people. I honestly have no idea who they are. I'm guessing they're up and coming YouTubers, or they're one of those big YouTubers out there. Sugar Pine 7, but it's a very short video, and Dr. Plier. That's something that's kind of sounds similar to Dr. Plier. So that's kind of a mix-up. Dr. Plier is just a therapist, and Dr. Plier is an actual doctor that likes to give you the bad news that you're fucking dying. So there's the difference. So another non-canon ego for Mark, Dr. Plier, and then another one, Essence Supplier. Okay, enough about that. So anyways, I'm just getting right into it. So without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
Obviously, I love James, but there are certain points in time where he is a bit much.
So this is what I'm imagining.
Aren't these the guys that Mark got for who's Markiplier's boyfriend?
Like one of those steampunk ships, but it looks like a pirate ship, but it's technically...
Is it one of those guys?
Well, it'd be weird because of the special effects you have to do in that, but then there's like... But I want trees to come alive at one point, so you probably have to really get...
That guy looks like... That guy looks similar to somebody I know. I can't think of the name.
It picks you up, and you become one with the tree.
He looks like Zach Bagans a little bit. Doesn't he? Doesn't he look like Zach Bagans a little bit, this guy?
Steve! Steve!
Yeah, what's up?
What do you think?
He looks like Zach Bagans a tiny bit.
Hold on,
from Ghost. Oh, good lord.
I didn't say anything about Adderall, dude.
No.
We have to go to milestones.
God damn it, God. I gotta make a trip. I gotta go.
Am I going? Where do you want to go? Dude, we're going to Australia tomorrow!
No, I gotta go get Adderall. I'm fresh out.
You can't forget that for some reason.
I just gotta go see my...
Lock down the fort and then leave or hold down the fort.
Hold down the fort, lock down the fort, leave, or whatever you want to do, just make sure the door's locked. Or unless you're here, don't lock the door, but if you leave, lock the door and put the alarm on, but if you stay, don't lock the door, or lock the door, whatever you feel.
Windy and like the door blows up and kind of lock it.
You can lock it, yeah, you can lock it then. But I need to go to my therapist and get...
What did you think about the ideas that I said?
Wasn't listening the entire time. I have many things to be thankful for. Great friends, a loving fiance, a fulfilling job, and 2 great mentally challenged dogs. But if there's one thing that keeps me going, it's Adderall. And the only way to get it is through a psychiatrist. Unfortunately, that means traveling underneath the creepiest parking structure ever to get to a guy who is, unfortunately, a bit of a talker.
So, Stephen, I've been seeing you for about 3 years now. We've made little to no progress. It reminds me of the story of the soldier who bought a camel-colored sleeping bag. You see, he went to the sleeping bag store, he picked out his favorite one, but when he got back to camp, he couldn't find it. For it was camouflage.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Well, I get it.
It's like we're trying to explore my...
Now it became more cinematic now. The widescreen.
Sort of relate, and it's trying to go deeper.
It's 4K too.
No. This is the sad story of a soldier who bought a camel-colored sleeping bag. How does that make you feel?
I'd say apathetic. Mostly, I don't know the soldier, so I can't really relate.
There's that clip from the edits.
And I'd also say, you know, if you lose your sleeping bag, easily just buy another. Well, why not? I mean, I have 8 or 9 sleeping bags, simply because I don't want to sleep in the same ones that I peed in. You know, I have to admit, every so often, my doctor does manage to have, I guess, a breakthrough. And I just kept rolling and...
He's wearing flip-flops, I see.
Sparks and metal just flying.
Steve, I think his name is. That's what I heard.
And then everything was quiet.
Well, that must have been traumatic. But you were okay?
Yeah, I was fine. And Santa's sleigh was completely fucked. Just kidding, no one breaks
Wait,
my
what?
advice. I was actually giving him the plot outline for a Christmas horror story. Each reindeer more dead than the last, and Sam is comatose. I knew he would never let me ride his sleigh again. That's gotta be so frustrating, listening to me for an hour, thinking that we were gonna solve some mental crisis, but in reality, it was just a pitch for a movie.
Christmas horror movies are really in right now.
Really?
Krampus.
Yeah.
Well, how about that? Holy shit!
I'll tell you who's going to be the most upset about that.
Who?
Mummies.
Okay.
Mummies?
Because mummies, in traditional Egyptian culture, they're covered in wrapping. Yeah.
Ah ha ha ha.
Mummies, and they would have to wrap themselves on another day that they wouldn't want to.
So mummies in a Christmas horror movie would have to do more wrapping than they would if they were not on Christmas.
I have gone and done it again. But in all honesty, Stephen, I think I know what your biggest problem is. It makes you weak at the worst of times. Keeps you safe and keeps you fine. It makes your hands sweat and your heart grow cold. It visits you when you're weak, but never when you're bold. I know your fears.
Cool. That is all the time, today, I'm pretty sure. Wow, you really know how to wreck me.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, same time next week? Of course. Great, great.
Oh, Stephen!
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
When is a door not a door?
Riddle me this.
A jar.
Now please return the door to its natural state.
Oh, can I get a refill on my Adderall?
Natural.
Yes! Oh, no!
Oh, what the fuck is that at the end? Alrighty. That was a weird type of a video because a lot of Adderall talk. So, and it's funny when you have Adderall, that means you have ADHD or ADD, which I have and I take medication for. Mark has it too. So it's kind of ironic that they're doing some skit about therapy and seeing when I go to my doctor who's a neurologist, that's who I have to go to get my prescriptions for my medication. Not a psychiatrist. Yeah, a little weird, but then again, that's probably their humor for it, I guess. They kind of give me a Zindigo vibe a little bit. Don't they a little bit? Not as that spot on, but it gives me a little bit of a vibe of a skit that Zindigo would do. Something weird, like mentioning Adderall, and how he wants his Adderall, and Markiplier is involved, usually. Now, that's where the alter ego's Silver Shepherd, hey Edgar, I think we're missing a big picture here. I was promised 30-second spot. Now, where was it? I got barely 5 there, and I know how to count to 5, you know what I'm talking about. Ben Trimmer, and, the host. And Google Plier is from Matthias. So, really, and that one guy who was talking in the beginning with the yellow shirt, he kind of looked like a tiny bit. He didn't look exactly like him. He kind of looked like Zach Bagans a little bit with the stubble, with the patchy facial hair that he had, the stubble he had going on. And I think it was the glasses, because Zach Bagans sometimes wears those glasses on. He wears glasses sometimes. So it gave me that vibe of Ghost Adventures, dude. But honestly, Mark really did a good job in this. He's just like it's pretty much the Riddler as a therapist. Like he was doing all these riddles and like nursery rhyme, not necessarily nursery rhymes, but mostly like these riddles. Like, you know what who doesn't like Christmas horror movies? Mummies, because they have to wrap themselves. Don't leave the door open ajar, whatever, like stuff like that. He was just throwing out riddles like he was the Riddler. Hell, he could be the Riddler in the Batman movies. For all I care. I don't know, like, why do I get that vibe? Like, he was doing all these, like, I don't know if they're really riddles, but they're just little jokes. But it was really interesting to watch. And I'm surprised that it's got only almost 600,000 views. Not even 1 million. Didn't even crack 1 million. I guess it's because of their small fan base, I guess. How many subscribers do these guys have? I was about to say these fuckers. No. Doesn't say. It doesn't say. I guess they don't want to show their subscriber count. But I think that one of the guys is from the Markiplier Who's Markiplier's Boyfriend video from back in 2017 when Mark did that quiz. And he took that quiz and he got James. He got somebody named James. Didn't he? Let me look it up for a second. Markiplier's Boyfriend. Which is a bit weird thing to type into the search results, but love. Oh God, when he had the freaking that room. I think that's still the same one.
I'm gonna pick that one. Let's see. Like, oh, this will be fun on camera, cause this is the first thing.
When he's got the Hawaiian shirt on. Is that him? Is that one of the guys? Like, why do I have that vibe? Because I remember...
Obviously, I love James, but there are certain...
Because I heard that. I don't know, honestly. I honestly have no idea.
Business here. Oh, fuck, a book. Goodbye, belonging. Let's see. Hang on. From a tech cupboard. I don't even have a TV anymore.
I don't know. Hard to tell.
Some relationship work. Because if there's one thing I know about Cracker Barrel's chicken and dumplings, is that... yes? I don't know. Yes? Butter.
I don't know, man. Why do I think that? I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong and I just don't know who the hell they are. Which is probably the most likely case.
Your picture is going to do anything for that, but... Nard, who is you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I don't think screaming at...
Who are you? I remember watching that. Mark is at $182,000 and it looks like the donations are going crazy. Yeah, the donations are going nuts. 183. They just crossed $183,000. I guess they're doing like a big push right now to get a certain amount of money in a specific amount of time. I don't think that's the guy. Like, I remember in that video, you heard James. Like, you heard James in that video. It reminded me of that Markiplier Boyfriend video. So, I have no idea. They're mostly comedy. It looks like they're comedy. They have
points in time
a podcast.
where he is
They have a podcast and shit, so... like everybody else does. So that was an interesting video, though. An interesting place, a weird place to see Mark at, and that's probably the reason why it doesn't have that many views. But I hope they don't mind me reacting to this. But I honestly have no idea. I'm probably sounding like a big idiot right now, but I really enjoyed watching the video. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty funny at some moments, but I don't get this whole thing about Adderall. Like, I take it, for Christ's sake, for medical reasons, because I have a condition. ADD, or ADHD. Whatever you want to call it. It's just a renaming. That's what it is. It's no difference. It's just the renaming. They thought it was just attention deficit, and then they realized, oh, it's also hyperactive stuff. Okay, add an H in it. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, whatever the fuck. Like, come on. It's just ADD. Simple as that. No wonder why it's called Adderall. Jackass. Like, come on. You ever really realize that? The reason why it's called Adderall is because of ADD. You ever taken that into account? But anyways, enough of me rambling. Holy shit, they went up like a couple $1,000s in like 2.5 minutes. They went from 183,000 to 187,000. They're trying to hit, I'm pretty sure they're trying to hit $200,000 by 8 o'clock. It's almost 8 o'clock right now. But, anyways, that's really it on today's video. I'm actually recording this during Mark's big giant live stream that he's doing. I don't even know how long he's going to be streaming for. Hopefully it's not for so long that he has to really tire himself out like this. He doesn't need to stream forever, dude. Like, he's like, you don't have to be like iCarly in that one episode where they had to break a record. Like, they had to be streaming all night for, I think, a whole day or something. I have no idea. I barely watched the show, and I remember that was one of the episodes that came on when it was randomly on. Like, I'm like, what is this? Who would stream for 24 hours straight? Like, who would do that? Unless you really want to be sleep deprived, I guess. That's up to you. They just hit $188,000, but I'll end this here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to also check out my Instagram because I make cool as a Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, even myself. I also do reenactments and cosplays on there, so go check it out. Be sure to also check out my Tumblr, it's in the description as well. So until next time, JRDL96 signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!